Welcome back, everybody, to Mass Steeler Fan. Uh, Today we'll be recapping the Colts game. Very disappointing loss. Final score ended up being 27-24. Pittsburgh Steelers lose on the road inside the Loud House. My dog is shaking the camera so much, I apologize for that. Let's get right into it, man. It's very Steeler-esque loss. I'll give you that. This happens every year. It's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. Uh, people call it a notorious Tomlin's loss. I said has a chance of being a Tomlin loss in the recap or the preview that I did going into this. And I don't know what it is about the Steelers that we are notorious of playing down to our opponents. That you don't necessarily see other teams do. Like you have the Chiefs. I was reading a lot of things online that the Chiefs don't necessarily lose to lesser opponents. Last year was kind of iffy and an exception, but even then they still went to the Super Bowl, so it doesn't matter. New England never really lost to lesser opponents, and that just seems to be a Steelers staple, a Tomlin staple that has yet to kind of go away. And I have my own gripes with that. I just wish that, like, as a powerhouse of a team, if we were to come into a powerhouse of a team, that we could beat these teams because we saw the game yesterday. We were able to beat it. We should have been able to beat them. The only thing that killed us yesterday, there's a lot of things that killed us yesterday. Um, and I guess we'll just jump right into it from there. We'll jump into the first quarter. Defense just got shredded early. I mean, first drive of the game, first play of the game, I think. Pass goes down 20 yards, I believe it was, right away, instantly. And it felt just that very first play that the Colts came out hot. They came out ready to punch us in our mouths. And the Steelers weren't ready for that. And then eventually Jonathan Taylor goes in to run and score. And it just, you could feel the energy from the defense, from the way they're performing, the players, like everything just felt off, and it kind of, you knew what you're getting yourself into today. So terrible first drive by the defense. They didn't do very well. Offense came out and did absolutely nothing to help. Absolutely nothing. 3-and-out, I believe. Not even 3-and-out because we got lucky with the penalty, and then went 3-and-out after that. And then defense came back out. Terrible run defense in the beginning. Terrible. Absolutely terrible run defense. We were getting gutted. We were getting shredded. They go down and score the first three drives, touchdown, touchdown, field goal, first quarter. Can't have that on defense. Can't have that. Now, I know a lot of the problems, which is what I've been seeing, is that people think we game plan for Richardson a lot more, make him sit in the pocket and beat us with zone coverages. But you got to make an adjustment. I mean, Flacco came in, and I mean, he was Flacco, dude. He came into the Browns last year and executed exactly what he needed to do. He does what he needs to do. Flacco is a great QB, great backup QB now in his career, and we made him look like prime Tom Brady. He was picking apart our defense. Now, granted, our defense did get a stop when needed to get a stop in the crucial moments. So I'm not going to blame this whole game on the defense. Just, it's a little disappointing being how much money we have on that defense, how stellar everything should be, how stellar those people should be, and we still get torn up by a bottom feeder team in the league, making our defense look like Swiss cheese, just holes everywhere. So that's disappointing. TJ was non-existent. They had TJ wrapped up the entire game, which is kudos to them. I mean, the Colts figured out how to stop him because he was non-existent. Nick Herbig did not play well on the run. He can't stop the run. They ran it to his side almost every time, and he struggled. He struggled to stop the run. Alex Highsmith stops that run, stuffs that run all the time. So I like Nick Herbig and I want him to develop more, but you can see there that there is a drop off between him and Alex Highsmith. JPJ got cut up in the back end. Unfortunate to see. Really unfortunate to see. But I'm not stressing about that too much. I mean, he's going to have a bad game, all in all. I wasn't happy with the defense. That's really what it comes down to. I wasn't happy with the defense. They got to play better for being a top defense in the league. And I still believe they are a top defense in the league. When healthy, this defense is nasty. When getting helped by the offense, this defense is nasty. We'll go to the offensive side of the ball now. Turnovers. Turnovers and being stale on the offense killed us. We come out sluggish and slow. 3-and-out, 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 I believe. Three and outs. Can't have that. Cannot have that. This team is going down the field 17-0, and we're coming out sluggish. It just felt like the play calling wasn't the best. It felt like they were still trying to play too conservative, too cutesy. Cordell Patterson, we'll start there with the running backs. Najee Harris, he had a terrible game. No way to hold around it. He had a terrible game. I don't know what it is about Najee and his running style, but it just seems like he has his gap and he knows where he's supposed to run, and that's the only place he's going to run. He doesn't seem to have the vision to be able to pop and bounce to go where he needs to go. He just wants to run straight into somebody. Cordell Patterson came out there, and you saw him start bursting off runs and runs and runs. 8 yards a carry, 7 yards a carry. He was bursting out those runs because he was able to see the hole. He was able to bounce. Our offensive line isn't terrible. Yes, injuries plagued us. Yes, injuries killed us. The offensive line is not as awful as people are making it seem. Cordell Patterson came out and clearly saw the holes that were made for him and did what he needed to do in those situations. Unfortunate he gets hurt because he was the life of our offense. He brought this offense back. You needed a spark. Cordell Patterson was that spark. It kind of got everybody else going. He goes out with an ankle injury after popping off, which is very depressing because I was looking forward to seeing Cordell Patterson play. After those couple runs, I was looking forward to seeing him go off because I was tired of seeing Najee. Najee Harris didn't run that good. We come back. I can't remember what drive it is. Fourth, third, second quarter? Fourth or fifth drive, we're going down the field. We give the ball to Darnell Washington. He makes a beautiful play. We need to give that man the ball more because it's 2 times now he's shown that he can be a threat in the receiving game. That dude is 6'8", almost 280 pounds, and he stiff armed the dude in the ground with ease and then hurdled somebody. Hurdled. 280 pounds, got up in the air 6 feet. Give that man the ball. He needs the ball a little bit more on more looks, more tight ends. That was combined with the Cordell Patterson drive, so we got down the field on that drive. We were looking good, we were doing good, and then of course, you see the number. Pickens fumbles the football at the 10-yard line, 5-yard line, on the best drive we have going all day, and he fumbles. Can't have that. Cannot have that. I ride for this man. Cannot have that bullshit if I'm going to be backing you like that. Cannot have that. It's disgusting. What are you doing holding the ball like that, trying to reach out? I know you're trying to make a play, and you can make a play. Be my guest, make a play. It's a hit or miss thing because you know you want people to make a play, and in the moment they make a play, it's like, oh my god, they're amazing, but then it sour turns sideways. It's sour in the mouth of people. They hate it. I just think he could have made a play just to be a little bit smarter about making a play. He still wasn't close to the goal line. It looked like he tried to reach to go in. That's got to be a little bit more of a situational awareness, knowing that you're not that close and it's not worth it to try to reach out for that extra yard in that position. Now, if he would have got up and tried to fight some people off and drove his way in, that's different. I'm okay with that. Go ahead, do what you need to do. But he didn't. Fumbled, can't have that. We don't get any points. Turns the ball over to the Colts. Defense gets a stop there. I believe they got to stop after that. Big time. Big time got to stop. And then I think we got the ball back and like the 50-yard line, and then Justin Fields, or the 40-yard line, 30-yard line, and then Justin Fields. No, yeah, defense makes a big stop. Calvin Austin gets a beautiful return. I mean, he's been looking, shout out to Calvin Austin. He's been looking very good in the return game lately, and eventually he's going to break one off because he's seen the field. He has his body control. He's doing well. Beautiful return. The momentum shifted that we need again. Fields fumbles the football not too far after, trying to make something out of a broken play. I'm not happy about that. It's rough to see. And again, you can't have it in those situations. You can't have it. I know you're trying to make something out of nothing, and I condemned him, but you cannot do that. Fortunately, I believe I should have had my computer up. I don't have it right now. I believe they didn't score again on that drive. I believe that was a 50-yard field goal they missed. Then we go down and score a field goal right before half. So then before half, it's 17-3, the two-score ball game coming out of the half. So first half, struggles all around. What could go wrong? Murphy's Law, what could happen or what can go wrong will go wrong. Everything was shit in the first quarter, first half. Defensive, offensive, everything. The second half, though, Fields balled out the second half. Yes, he made some boneheaded mistakes. He had some bad plays in the beginning. Everybody played shit in the beginning. Justin Fields came out in that second half and wanted to win that ball game. The only reason we were in that ball game and at all is Justin Fields. He comes out at the half. I don't believe we score at half. Maybe we do. Fuck, I need to get my computer. I don't think we scored. I don't think we scored at half. I think we went down the field, turned the ball over, or punted the ball, whatever. Defense stops them again, and then we go down and score. And Justin Fields looks electric when he needs to go down and score. The Steelers let him loose. Instead of playing that small conservative ball, they let him loose. And he did what he was doing in Chicago, and he made plays happen. He did what he did. He was finding receivers. He was finding people down the field. He was running when he needed to run. And he wheeled us back into this ballgame. That's QB1. He fumbled the ball, big, terrible fumble. You can't have that. And then responded with 3 touchdown drives back to back to back. What else? What more do you want from a QB1? He showed that in the time when you needed him, in a time of resilience. Everybody's asking the Steelers, if they go down big points, can they come back? Justin Fields showed that they can. He showed that he can do what he needs to do to get this offense to win. And it also thinks it showed that they don't have to be so conservative in the beginning of the game. They can let him start hot. They can let him go out there. Maybe a drive, you can probably go out there and start slow you want. But if you need to, you can let him sling it and then cut back the reins if you want to cut back the reins and play more conservative. But if you want to get up, you can get up early because he has the potential to do that. He has the opportunity to do that. He showed that this game. Shout out to Justin Fields. I know the first half was egregious. Second half, he really showed his heart and really showed his playmaking abilities and showed that he could be QB1 and that he can come back. And I'm impressed with that. Everything else on that field still sucked ass. The defense still played like shit in the second half. A little bit better. They got the stops when they needed to. Granted, they did. We were down with 3 points, and we had the opportunity to go win the game. So the defense did come up with stops when they needed to come up with stops. The flag on Minka on the defense killed us. That should have not been a DPI or a personal foul or whatever whatever the unnecessary roughness. That was bullshit. That gave him a chance to score, so that brought him back up. Terrible call. Terrible call. But I mean, the defense couldn't stop him. Justin Fields put in a 1-point game, and the defense let up a touchdown. You can't do that. He went and answered 3 straight. Defense stopped him 3 straight and then scored. Let him score. It's just bad, man. It's bad. Ultimately, I liked what I saw from Pickens in the second half, having to respond to his mistake because, yes, you fumbled the football in the end zone, but don't get fucking pissed about it. Be mad, but go respond. Go do something about it, just like Justin Fields did. That's what I want to see everybody on this team do. Yeah, you fuck up, but I want to see you bounce back. I want to see that resilience because that's what's going to win us championships. That's what's going to win us games is you being able to bounce back and not being such a little pussy and being down on yourself. When the time's hot, when the light's shining on you, are you going to show up or are you going to fucking fail? And I think that this team, regardless of not winning, I think this team showed that they can do that. Errors, man. Errors. We should have won this ball game. Justin Fields played great. He had some throws, missed throws, some good plays, but at the end with the fumbled snap, that killed us. You're down 3 points. You're moving with ease on the Colts offense. Dude, I've watched that series 10 times over now. They weren't stopping us. They were not stopping us. We were carving up their defense at that point in the game now. Justin Fields was hot. Our offense was hot. Everything was moving. We were going down and scoring at least 3 points. And we fumbled the snap. You cannot have that in this National Football League. After the game press conference, Justin Fields came out and said it was his fault. I respect that. He said that the center was going off the timing of him lifting up his leg. Justin Fields lifted up his leg. The center was a little bit off on the timing, so he started looking around to get a peek at the defense to see what they're running again, and he snapped the ball and wasn't paying attention. It was a lapse in judgment. Can't have that. I'm glad he took responsibility and he put ownership on himself, protecting the rookie center, keeping his confidence up, but you cannot have that going into that, the most crucial drive of the game. You got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in. Call a timeout, Mike Tomlin. It's to fucking win the game. 4th down. Call a timeout. You either make this play and you continue the game or you don't. You call a timeout in that situation. I understand if you completed in bounds, you want that timeout to set up the field goal. But you never even got that opportunity. Call the timeout. Let them reset. Najee Harris needs to get the fuck out of bounds. That's what needs to happen. He needs to get out of bounds. That's bad judgment by Najee Harris. You need to get out of bounds there. But Mike Tomlin, call the timeout. Call the timeout. Let your group reset. Let them figure out their best play to run here. Run it, and then spike the ball with enough time. You had plenty of time. It was 20-some seconds. That's plenty of time. Get a playoff, run down there, quick spike it, enough to give Boswell a chance to win this game. Bad coaching right there. Still like Mike Tomlin, even though we got a Tomlin loss. Still like everything, even though we got a Tomlin loss. Still impressed with this offense, and I will not take QB1 away from Fields. Let him stay QB1. Let him get a redemption game against Dallas and show that if you let the reins off early, he can do what he needs to do to get this team to win. So bad loss all in all, but I'm still optimistic about the season. Just because we lost to a bad team doesn't mean we're a bad team. It's the National Football League. This shit happens every Sunday. I believe in this team still. I believe in Justin Fields as QB1, even after that performance, because he showed that he can come back in the moments we need him to come back, and he's consistently showed that in these games. Give him another shot. Let's continue to ride this thing out. I believe in us. We need to finish now 7-2 at the worst before our bye. We need to win every game from here on out. Maybe drop one. But it's fuck the Cowboys. We're going to beat them next week. Progress to 4-1. I have faith in this team. Appreciate you guys for tuning into this recap. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about the game, your thoughts and everything. I'll see y'all later. Peace.